Oh no.
Mom.
Oh, that is this.
Everybody loves this intro.
Okay.
Excuse you. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on in the room. Oh, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Sing it, mama. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in here? Come on. The Peanut Gallery is here tonight. How are we doing, Star Fam? How are we doing? Hey, Black Lavender. What's up, Missy? Hey, Tia Via. Hey, Corny. Hey, Miss Gigi88 said it's been a long day, but I'm trying to perk up. It's been a minute since we had a Friday Night Live. I couldn't miss it. Happy Friday, Star Fam. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Coco T. How are you? Fraud admission. You sure did. You sure did. Look at God. OMG. Hey, Sarah. How are you? It has. Hasn't it? It has. Missy said, I haven't watched this season or the previous Over the Lockup. I'm here for the review and vibes. Don't worry, we'll go through it. Hey, Miss T. Hey, Julia. Hey, Yinka. Miss Yinka said, ha, 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 that was comedy. Girl, you said you were pregnant. Why else would he spend his leftover commissary on a pregnancy test? Is it leftover commissary? Drewski said, hey, Nikki, hey, fam. I've got work tomorrow, so I'll only be here until midnight. Oh, I forgot that it's hella late for you guys. But I hope, yeah, wait, what time? Oh, yeah, it's 11:20 over there. Yeah, so we'll still be talking. But thank you for being here, Drewski. Drewski said, wanting to spend the pre-bed time by relaxing and laughing with everyone. Thank you for being here.
Hi, Drewski.
Hey, Bombshell Blurb. Hey, Aaliyah. She is hating on my song, and everybody loves it. Hey, Stella. How are you? Very shady. Very shady. Black Lavender said, I've been waiting for this review all week. Listen, this is a good season. This is a good season. I think they did really good. I think with the exception of Sarah and The Undertaker, it's pretty good. Also, do we know when Brittany and Marcelino are joining the cast? because I saw them in the trailer. See, Mom, Missy said, we love it, Mama Star. It's not sad for us. Pro Mission said the intro is live. First church of mess and shade. I know that's right. Hey, Taina, I want to sing my name in the night. How are you? You're right on time. You're right on time. Jazzy Boo said it's a good Friday. I caught a live and it's drag race night. Yes. As soon as I get off of here, I'm watching Drag Race and Ready to Love. So we can talk about those tomorrow. Miss Gigi said, hey, Peanut Gallery. Hey, Whitney. Hey, Ryan. Connie, thank you for the super chat. Connie said, she just sent a super sticker. Thank you so much. Hey, Asia, New York TV. Oh, it's 12:20? Where are you? Wait, it's a 3-hour time difference, right? 9:22, 10:20.
Well, she must be in the Midwest.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Shan! How are you? I was so upset about that. Oh my goodness. I would have cut it out, but I didn't, because if I trim any video here on YouTube, they cut out the comment section for some reason. I think that's ridiculous. Tia Bia said, is it me? Oh, thank you for being here, Shan. Tia Bia said, is it me, or does one of Monique's sisters look like one of Derek's sisters? I know exactly who you're talking about. The one with the bang and the crop top, the see-through crop top. Yep. Drewski said, hi, Auntie. We love the intro song. Hey, Grace T'Challa says, sis Monique and Shorty Doo-Wop have a storyline going on. Love you, Nikki. Love you too. And thank you for being here. Hey, Blue Jay. Hey, Dion. Shout out to the East Coast late night crew. What's up? Hey, Spinty. Spinty said, hey, Nikki.Star and fam, I'm excited to hear the tea. Listen, I don't think we have tea, just a fun review. Brittany said, hey, Nikki, just here to watch. You're so entertaining. Don't even watch this show, but you make it feel like I do. Oh, thank you for being here, Brittany. Miss Yinka said, I'm still wrapping up the end of the episode, but so ready for this live. Ryan said, Brittany and Marcelino can stay off this season. Listen, I just want to know what they're going to be talking about. The episode was boring, and here's why the episode was boring, Josie. Because there's no Derek and Monique. At the end of the day, each episode needs to be Derek and Monique heavy, and it also needs to involve their families. Like, Derek's sisters need to be a part of this. If you're going to, I feel like, no shade, but episodes drag when it's Cameron and Eris heavy. They really, really does. Just because Cameron is just not really, he's not really engaged, and Eris just is very dry for TV. So we need Derek and his family. We need, not Derek, but Cameron and his family. We need that dynamic to interact with Eris, because Cameron's sisters have such a great personality and they're good TV, but we don't see them often. I feel like they need to be a part of their storyline to make them a bit more interesting. They're coming. They are coming.
For my family to go.
Josie, I'm sorry, hold on. Miss T said, I hope they show up. Never. You guys are really over Brittany and Marcelino. Miss Gigi88 said, Derek and Monique saved this episode. They did. That's the thing. We need them to keep the show interesting. We really, really do. Let's get into the review. Here we go. We are first going to start off. Let's just start off with Amber and Puppy, because there wasn't a lot with them this episode. Let's bring them up. Amber and Puppy, who, listen, they're not in a relationship. We are documenting their friendship relationship. However, these two are so interesting. For me, I don't think they could ever miss a season. Let's talk about Amber and Puppy. I want a better partner for Amber. I got to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of TC. One, because he hits me in my ancestors. Two, he's extremely self-righteous, and I don't feel like he is in the position to look down on anyone. Like, nobody should be looking down on anyone, but I feel like I don't think him and Puppy are that far off, right? And I feel like he's judging her, but they're on the same side of the street. And I just don't like it. I do agree with the things that he says to Amber, but it's this self-righteous attitude that he has where I feel like he does not have a leg to stand on. And also, he hits me in my ancestors. There's something about him that is just not right to me. And I want a better partner for Amber. I also want a better partner for Puppy, because I do like how her fiance, who is now unmarried, now he's finally single. Her fiance, I do like that he takes care of her, right? He takes care of all the bills, and he was a bit stressed out because they have more bills than money because they're finally going, doing life the not right way, but straight and narrow. So he was a little frustrated by the bills, and Puppy was just like, I can help you, but she's not working. And it wasn't clear if he didn't want her to work or if Puppy was just unemployable. So I wasn't quite sure on what that was, because I don't think I've ever heard him say to her, you don't have to work. I don't think I've ever heard that. But she was just like, I want to help him, but he won't let me help him. And I'm just like, I think he will. Because I remember you had a job before. So I don't quite know what's going on there, but I will say, I just don't like how he talks to her, how he treats her. I don't. Aside from being a caretaker, he's a stressed out caretaker, right? So she feels bad for not being able to help. So oh my gosh. Have some decorum.
I did apologize.
Oh, sorry. She didn't raise me in barn, so I don't know what's happening there. But I think that he's a nice guy, but he's just not nice to Puppy, in my opinion. I just want Amber and Puppy to have better partners, because I don't see it. I don't see it with the men that they are with. Let's move on to Lindsay and Blaine. Dry boots. I'd rather take Brittany and Marcelino at this point. They are dry boots. I'm not interested. I'm not. And then Lindsay, it just blows my mind that she is so judgmental to Blaine. Like that she is acting like she is not responsible for half of his charges. Like even Blaine was like, Lindsay, you know about these charges. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, why are you acting like that? You know about these charges. And Lindsay is just like, oh my God, Blaine, I can't believe it.
No.
What?
No.
What are you talking
there
about?
There were more charges when they went to see the people.
Mom, she is responsible for half of that man's charges. Oh. They're both felons. They both worked in the same drug ring. So what is she talking about? Oh. Sitting over here acting like she is just, doing so much better. I'm like, girl, sit down. Y'all in the same boat. And he seems like a nice guy, like trying to do the right thing. So I just don't understand why she is mistreating him and acting like what he is doing is so terrible.
Well, he admitted that he didn't tell her when he was talking to his friend.
Yes, but she doesn't know about this just yet. She's been treating him like this before. Like when she heard his charges, she was just like, you have all of these charges? And he's like, you know about them. And she was like, well, I didn't know that they were this severe.
They live in there and they fixed it up.
Well, he's going to be on house arrest for 3 years, so he can put it together. He has the time. Can anybody explain house arrest to me? Because his lawyer called him and he said that he got him a deal and he could do house arrest for 3 years and then probation after. But I was just like, my understanding of house arrest is that you can't leave the house that you are at, like the location.
No, they'll give you stipulations like Derek, he has one on his ankle.
So you can travel.
Yeah, but they let you okay.
Also, you can leave for work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they let you know, or some of them, it's whatever the stipulation is of your house arrest thing. Like you may have to be in by 11 o'clock. Or,
okay.
Something like that. Or
okay.
You then sometimes they let you can call them and say, well, my family have X, Y, and Z out of town. Can I go out of town?
Okay.
They give you a time to leave to go out of town, and you got to be back by a certain time.
Okay.
So it's different stipulations.
Okay. Why do you know so much about house arrest?
Listen, I've lived a lot of years, and I lived amongst different people. And one thing about me, I will learn about whatever is going on, especially in the streets.
I can't. Okay, thank you. So I got the explanation for house arrest.
You can ask some of the lawyer
yes.
people from the Star family.
So that makes sense, but he can't leave the state of Mississippi. Poor guy. For 3 years. Poor guy. But it's better than prison, right? He can stay out. He can film the show because it seems like life at the lockup is in love with Lindsay, and they'll just keep on hiring her no matter who she's with. So if he stays with Lindsay, he has a guaranteed job on the show. She was with Deontay, remember?
Okay, this show is messing me up because I knew her from somewhere.
Yes, she was with Deontay.
I thought I worked with her somewhere.
Okay, but that was like the house arrest thing. I was just really concerned about that because it just didn't seem realistic. But now it does make sense. Yeah, he's not on the show anymore. For some reason, they didn't renew his contract. I guess he's dating a regular person. He's in a relationship. So, he's not dating a felon, and they're just like, well, there's really no storyline. We might see him next season. Who knows? But good for Blaine. Good for Blaine that he was able to get a deal, but he's hiding the information from Lindsay, and his friend warned him about Lindsay, said that she's very dangerous, and he thinks that he's in a toxic relationship. I happen to agree. Lindsay doesn't seem stable up here. So I happen to agree with the friend, but I think that's also foreshadowing and, preparing the audience for probably a knockdown, drag-out fight that Lindsay and Blaine are going to have later in the season, because I don't think it's a big deal that he's hiding the fact that he took a deal. Like, what does she want him to do? I feel like if she hears that he took a deal and he's just going to be on house arrest for 3 years, I think she'll be happy with that because he can work, he can fix up that home. I don't know what has been done to that place just yet, but they're acting like they're building something so he can fix that place up. I mean, he has more than enough time at this point, and they can be together. So I don't know why he would hide that from her. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying I don't know why he would hide that from her because it seems like it's a good thing. So let's move on to Chance and Tyler. Okay. So Chance and Taylor, I don't know why her name for me is like spelled like Tyler, but throw your tomatoes if you want. But the throwback photos of Shane, I was like, okay, I could see a little bit of the Pitt lineage, the Pitt DNA. Not bad. Throwback Shane. I could see the little Brad Pitt familiarity. I was like, okay. Impoverished fineness runs in the family. Anyway, Chance didn't win me over this episode, but I was kind of on his side a bit. Here is why. He is now starting to reconnect with his son, who is 18 years old, and he wants to see him. His son, he was talking on the phone to his son, and he was just like, I want to see you, man. And his son was just like, well, I can't afford to get up there to you right now. So we'll just have to wait. And Shane is just like, no, I want to see you now. I'll buy you a plane ticket. You let me know when you can come up here, and I'll buy you a plane ticket. Now, Shane don't have no more money. He's maxed out all the credit cards. All the loans are done. He doesn't have anything. But I was okay with him using the stretched out coins that him and Taylor have to buy a plane ticket to see his son. Here is why. He's reconnecting with him. And
here is why. That's his son.
Yeah, but I'm just giving an explanation. Mom, you're going to have to leave. You want to go vegan all of a sudden? You can't handle this food. Anyway, well, the reason why I was okay with that, even though it's not a smart financial choice, is because he's reconnecting with his son after not being in his life for 18 years. And his son is obviously struggling financially, and he does want to see him. And just to hear the joy in that young man's voice when Shane was like, I'll get you the ticket, right? Because at the end of the day, his child had a certain life, because Shane was not there to help financially provide for him. So now that he's coming into his life with provision, that's the thing. I would not want him to come into his life without provision, right? Because your child has lacked so much, 18 years, because you were not providing for him in the first place. So if you want to reconnect, you need to reconnect with him spiritually, mentally, emotionally, but you also need to connect with him financially because he has suffered a lack because you did not do your job as a parent. So when he said that he would pay for that plane ticket, I was just like, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. And I hope that, and I don't think that Taylor would say anything about it. I think she would be elated, but I do think that he needs to bring her in to what he's doing financially. I think that the patriarchy is making Chance think that Taylor doesn't know what she's talking about and he's the man and he needs to lead. And also because Taylor's childlike not behavior, but the way that she, holds herself. Very childlike, right?
She's pregnant.
No, but was like that before the baby. Watch all of the shows, lady. Oh my goodness. I'm already stressed out. I'm not even on to the bigger couples. So anyway, I feel like Taylor has the financial wisdom that Chance needs. And I feel like if he lets her in, they'll soar. Here's why. Chance will work. He will work. He will not miss a coin. He will not let a coin fall down to the ground. The problem is he likes quick money, but he's a worker. He's a worker. Although it was not smart for him to get that power washer, he was just like, listen, I'm going to power wash people's front driveways or whatever, or porches or whatever. And he was just like, I spent 400, but I'm going to make 700. And I believe he will, because he is a worker. He will go out there and get that money. It's just that he needs to consult somebody because he has the energy. Yes, he has that too, but he has the energy. He has the fervence, but Taylor is the one with the financial wisdom. Mm-hmm. And if they link up, I think they'll be in a much better place because Taylor had to let him know. She said, listen, I was a single mother with 3 kids and I was never like this. I was never struggling until I got with you. That was a mouthful. Mm-hmm. I think if he lets her in and they do the finances together, or she just does the finances and send him out to work, they'll be fine. But he has to kill the patriarchy first. And I don't think that he will do that. Let's move on to Deadbeat and The Undertaker. Sarah. Undertaker, also known as Sarah. Ma'am, you are playing a dangerous game with your future. And I can't believe that I'm saying this, but I think you need to stay put. You need to stay put. I think this life with Sean is probably as good as it's going to get for you. So I think you just need to stay because what you're looking at is not what you think it is. It is not.
7 kids?
Yeah, 8 now.
Okay. Yeah.
8 now.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is a much better situation for her than what she is trying to go into.
That stays on that game as soon as
well, he's building a relationship with his son or repairing his image on this show. Smart.
Well, his son, somebody needs to supervise him because he's always on that game.
Well, listen, them kids love them video games, especially young boys.
You gotta come off. Son, it's time to go to bed. Or son.
Well, if that's the way that he connects with his son, then you gotta let it.
Is the son doing any homework, any reading a book, any studying?
Mom, we've only seen them play video games twice.
Every time we shoot to them, they on video.
Well, that's the thing. We don't know if that's necessarily true or if that's just for a scene.
Hold on a minute.
Yes, he's spending time with his son. Finally.
And
finally.
Go upstairs. He's getting beat up by her.
Anyway.
That game is too much. The girl said, I don't know no man.
Anyway,
Why did you call her the Undertaker because of that dark room?
No. She was in prison for 10 years because she sold somebody bad drugs and that killed them.
Okay.
Undertaker. Anyway, so Sarah reconnects with her ex and she FaceTimes him or whatever. And as soon as she sees him, she starts smirking like a little lovebird. And I'm just like, absolutely not. But they have a whole conversation, and he's letting her know that he is in recovery and he's doing better, and he does want to step up and he wants to be a good dad or whatever. And they're having this whole conversation. And then he says to her, "Oh, I heard that you're married." And she was like, "Oh." And I'm like, why did you lead with that? Like, why did he have to call out that you're married? Because she was holding her hand outside of the phone. And as soon as he mentioned it, then she showed it. But I felt like had he not said nothing, she would have never brought it up. Anyway, he was telling her that he still loves her or whatever, and he wants his family back, and he's never going to stop pursuing her. And Sarah never shut him down. The whole time this man is saying all of this stuff to her, married Sarah is like, oh my God. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Are you entertaining this? I get that you are frustrated with a deadbeat, but let's not be real. This man is a month in recovery. A month in recovery. He has girl. He has no job, no stability right now. He's telling you everything that you want to hear, and I feel like you're listening to him through your frustration and through nostalgia of what you two used to be, and also that's your daughter's father, and you absolutely want them to have a future of relationship. But I also feel like you are yearning for your old family because your current family is just not doing it for you. Because right now you and a deadbeat are in a difficult situation, having a difficult time in your relationship. So now this new thing that you had that hasn't even formed, you're now imagining something better. Because when she comes back from hanging out or from talking to her ex, she immediately gets into something with Shane, who don't know what's going on, who doesn't know that she was
on the game
with his son like he should be. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know that his wife was just flirting with her ex. So she comes in already feeling some sort of way, and she's with her daughter or whatever in the kitchen, and Sean comes in. He gets a cookie, gets something out of the fridge, a drink out of the fridge, and goes back to play the game. And she's just like, that's it? And he's like, what are you talking about? Because she's feeling some sort of way. She's missing that old thing. So she wants to start a little argument, right? So she can have a reason to be like, well, I'm out. That's what she was doing. She was fishing for a reason to get out of the situation because she was missing the situation that she used to be in, or missing what it could have been. She was absolutely missing what her relationship could have been, because she was smitten with that man. Never told him that she was married. He had to call that out. So she just says that she needs help or whatever. And while she's saying that she needs help with their child and things around the home, Shane, who has his son on pause while she's cussing him out, takes their daughter. He's just like, oh, I'll watch her. Go take a nap. Go rest. After she tells him everything that's going on, and he finds a solution with her by taking their daughter, she takes their daughter back, walks their daughter upstairs. So there's nothing left for him to do but get back on the game and play with his son. Yes. Well, he did not know that he was going to get cussed out. She comes down after she had already previously smacked the headphones off of his head, smacked it off of his head again. It was like, are you not listening to me? And I'm like, absolutely not. Now I'm not featuring the deadbeat, but don't put your hands on him. Because if it was the other way around, no, she put her hands on him. If it was the other way around, this show, everybody would have had a field day with this. And this show probably wouldn't have even aired this episode. Or if they would have aired the episode, they would have cut out the fight. They would have cut out Shane, smacking her over, Sean, smacking her upside the head. And they would have put up a domestic violence disclaimer with the number to call. So I didn't like that. And I'm not featuring the deadbeat, but I didn't like that. I was just like, why would you put your hands on him? Because she is trying to make an issue. She's trying to make an issue because she wants an out, because she is feeling nostalgic with the ex that is telling her whatever she wants to hear. And he's a month out of recovery. Girl, you better wake up. That situation is not better than the situation that you're in. And you will soon find out if you step out on deadbeat. I can't believe I'm saying this, but your current situation, it's better for you to be with a recovering deadbeat than to be with somebody who is recovering from heroin. Just stick the deadbeat at this point is a lot better than the than the deadbeat that's recovering from heroin. I feel like you need to be with him. You need to let him, if you want to get out of the situation, observe how your first love, observe how he is living 3 years after, maybe even 5. I wouldn't jump into that situation right now, especially because you're married. Why y'all play with marriage like this? You're married, you got a whole kid with this dude. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You want to desire her.
Oh my goodness. Let me talk about this situation because my mom absolutely wants to talk about it. So she is upset with him because Shane does not want, Sean, why do you call him Shane? Sean does not want to, or has not been having sex with her. And she believes
he's on the game.
That's the excuse that she's saying. She's just like, when I ask you to have sex, you're tired or you're too busy. And she was just like, no man, only a woman will say that. A woman says that they're too tired and turns down sex, but no man will turn down sex. Like, what is going on with you? And I'm like, well, maybe you're a little too angry. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're just not nice and he's not getting aroused for your mean coochie. Maybe that's what it is, because you're not treating him very kind. I cannot believe I'm taking up for deadbeat. I cannot believe I'm taking up for deadbeat. But Sarah, you were wrong. You were wrong. You done met this ex, and now all of a sudden you're reminiscing about what it used to be. You better wake up. You better wake up. I will say, I don't think that anything is wrong with Sean playing the video games with his son.
No, I agree with you. Now, I don't get back with that man.
And I also don't think there's nothing wrong with him. My mom might disagree, but I don't have a problem with him reconnecting with his son that way. I mean,
I don't have a problem.
He moved out of the state where all of his kids are to make this new family with Sarah. The least he can do is hop on a video game and play with his son.
Yes, but all night, every night. Now, come on, let's have some designated night.
Well, maybe he's trying to make up for lost time, my love.
Well, but see, that's where you're going wrong at, because now you fixing the kids with Cindy.
Who is Cindy?
The kid's mother.
Sarah?
Cindy. That's his kid's mother.
Kelly!
Cindy,
oh my gosh.
She's saying that he's messing up with his new wife, trying to fix.
Thank you, Missy, for the cash app. Woo-hoo! Thank you. Missy said for the great content. Thank you, Missy.
Girl.
Kelly and Sarah, Mom.
Girl.
Learn the name so you can properly comment. Anyway, speaking of Kelly, she lives rent-free in Sarah's mind, don't she? Yeah. She's like, I'm not going to stay and wait for you to get better. I'm not going to do that. I'm not Kelly. Why is Kelly on your mind? Why is Queen Kelly on your mind? Rent-free. Rent-free. Because for some reason, I feel like you want to replace her in his life, but they've had so much history. You won't replace that, but you can create something new. But I still feel like you're just picking anything and throwing it at him because you're angry, because you're reminiscing about what you think life could be with your ex. Because at the end of the day, let's be real, you didn't want Sean. He pursued you, and you said yes to him because he had a TV show attached to him, and you decided to make it work because this life with him is much better than life would have been without him. You know that, and that's why you probably made that decision. But now you want that old thing back after one phone call, one FaceTime phone call, and he told you everything that you wanted to hear. Child.
She's flirting with the fact that somebody is paying her.
Mom,
attention.
she wants that old thing back.
She
She never wanted Sean to begin with. And that's why she don't like Kelly, because Kelly knew. Kelly knew. She knew what it was. She knew what it was. Let's move on to Eris and Cameron. I'm so glad that Eris is not forcing her daughter to have a relationship with Cameron, right? Because right now, Cameron was able to fly to Florida to be with Eris, but they are staying in her home, but her daughter is not there. Her daughter is staying with her mother. And I think that's great. I think it's great to, it's a great idea to have Eris's daughter stay with her grandmother, who seems like has been a huge part of her life until Eris figures out what this is and if this is something that is going to be permanent. I mean, I know she married him, but the people on the show will get out of a marriage in a second. So I am not concerned about that, but I do think it's wise for her to not yet allow her daughter to move in with her and Cameron at this point. It just doesn't make sense. It just does not make sense, and it does not seem like a healthy or safe environment for her daughter at this point.
She needs to get to know him outside.
Yes.
Before she brings her daughter into
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I was relieved to hear that her daughter was staying with Eris's mother. I was like, thank God, because I was very concerned about that. Speaking of Eris's mother, let's talk about her father. I'm so glad that Eris's father got her together. He was so disappointed. He said, I called because I saw that you got married on social media. He was like, oh, I'm very disappointed. And Eris kept on doing it. I know, Dad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And every sorry, she was met with I'm disappointed. You're sorry, but I'm extremely disappointed in you. And then Cameron is going to try to talk about her dad.
I found it out on social media.
Yeah, if you have a good relationship with your father, why is he finding out that you got married on social media? And you know he found out on Facebook, and you know how messy those boomers are on Facebook. Somebody probably inboxed him and was just like, Earl, is this Eris? Is this a wedding? You ain't tell me your baby got married, knowing good and well you did not see him at that wedding. But you're being messy. Now Mr. Earl is upset. So he's calling his child and cussing his child out because what are you doing? You done got married to some man that nobody knows who he is. There wasn't none of your family there. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So I'm glad that he got her together because for me, she's not. She's because everybody taking care of her responsibilities. So she's not an adult. Oh, you okay? Drink some water. Drink some water. Everybody's taking care of her responsibility. She's still a child. So anyway, I was happy about that because it seems as if she has parents that have some sense, right? It seems like she has people in her life who will get her together when she just makes these terrible decisions. So I was relieved that she had that kind of community. Listen, although she's their child, she is grown and she's going to do whatever she wants to do. She can. That's her right. But I'm glad that she has people in her life who are just like, this is dumb. You should not do this. But if you're going to make that decision, let me watch your daughter. You know what I mean? So I'm more comfortable now with this storyline, knowing that Eris has people in her corner who are smart. Let's be real here. So in this episode, Cameron flies to Florida to meet with Eris and now live with her in Florida. Let me just say this. I was extremely shocked that Cameron was able to get on the plane after he was busted with 30 pounds of weed at the airport and fled and had the police on a high-speed chase at the airport trying to track him down after he was busted with 30 pounds of marijuana. Yeah. I'm like, how was he not on a no-fly zone?
But what? You're messy.
How am I messy?
You're messy.
How?
He's on a different airline.
But that's just crazy. I didn't know that you could do that.
I don't either.
That's just so crazy to me. He was allowed to get on the plane after he was in prison for cutting up at the airport. That's just crazy to me. But he was able to get on an airplane and fly out to see Eris, and she was really concerned about what was in his luggage because of what happened. The last time he was at an airport, he was like, I got you. I'm okay. I'm good. But I'm like, Eris, if he got off the airplane and got his luggage and you were able to meet him with his luggage, of course there was nothing in it. Because let me tell you something. Although they're letting him fly, they're checking everything. They're checking all of his stuff before his luggage hit the air, hit inside the airplane. It was looked through. Trust and believe. There's no way he got out of that airport scot-free. Not in this day and age. if he had something on him. So after this, Cameron.
They got Cameron dogs and stuff that smell everything.
Cameron sets up a really nice date for Eris on the beach. And he was just like, my wife, she likes that cheesy stuff, that real cheesy, lovey-dovey stuff. I'm like, a romantic dinner on a beach is cheesy? The bar is in hell. But there was a really nice dinner or whatever. And Eris kept on asking him, how did you pay for all of this stuff? And he was just like, you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about that. And my thing is, Eris, if you are dealing with the felonious man, right? And you are asking him on camera how he paid for all this stuff, and he keeps on telling you not to worry about it. At what point are you going to pick up? He's telling you, I am not going to tell you how I attained this money on camera. Like, we're not going to have that conversation. And she kept on trying to have that conversation with him. And I'm like, if he hasn't answered yet, if his answer is, you don't got to worry about that, no, he got it illegally.
No, but
he don't want to have the conversation because he doesn't want to be sent back to prison.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to be involved in that either. And I don't blame her. She don't, his past life, she don't want to have nothing to do with it.
But why would you ask your husband that on camera, knowing what he was in prison for, knowing how he still acts, knowing that he's been spending money on stuff and has not had a job? Like, let's be real.
How did they meet?
Prison.
I know that, but how?
She wrote him.
From what?
The prison pen pal stuff. Right, Star Family? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm like, girl, stop asking him that question. He's not gonna tell you. He's not trying to get locked back up. Like, wake up.
And her father don't know he in prison. He don't know the prison part.
You know what? He probably do at this point.
No, the father don't know the prison part because he would have said that.
Well, the picture that he saw was from a clip of Love After Lockup. So he has to know at this point. Let's end with the Jay-Z and Beyonce.
How you know when he seen?
Mom, it was on the show. You cannot comment if you don't watch the show fully. You have to pay attention.
I'm watching.
You have to pay attention. You didn't even know the names. You was calling Kelly Lindsay or Stacy or something.
She might have posted a picture of her and him on her Facebook page.
Mom, girl, I'm not doing this with you today. Anyway, let's get into the Jay-Z and Beyonce of the franchise, Monique and Derek. I love them. I love their family. They're great TV. I do not believe that they are in a relationship. I just don't. I think they are faking it for the show, and I'm fine with that. Get your coins. Do what you got to do. Get something.
Got 3 phones.
If this show is putting your business out there on Front Street and getting a coin off of your life and documenting it, do the same thing. I don't mind it, right? But the reason why I do not believe that this couple is really in a relationship is because the opening scene for Monique and Derek was Monique telling Derek that she might be pregnant. And the reason why I did not believe any of this is because the acting was so poor. It was like a scene from a Tubi movie. It was just such poor acting. Monique is like, Derek, I got something to tell you. He's like, what you got to tell me? And she's like, I might be pregnant. And he's like, oh man. Terrible acting. I will say this though, Derek. If you and Monique broke up because you were sleeping with other people, like 7 days straight out of prison, you start sleeping with other people while still sleeping with her. If you guys broke up because of that, what was the reason for you telling her that the woman that you cheated on her with also had a pregnancy scare? I don't know why he said that. He was just like, yeah, old girl that I was just dealing with, she told me that she was pregnant too. I was like, what? Why would you volunteer that information? Men are not smart. Why would you volunteer that information? Monique was like, so you was raw dogging her? He was like, oh, don't say it like that. She was like, so you was raw dogging her and raw dogging me? I'm like, let's find another word. Let's find another word.
No condoms is being. This man is out of prison. I'm just mad that no condoms have been used.
Ever with anybody. Because he raw dogging everybody.
Raw dogging all over Ohio.
Okay, Mom. Let's take raw dogging out of your vocabulary. So anyway.
He was raw dog.
Mom. So anyway, Monique and Derek go after we find out that Monique is not pregnant. I mean, we obviously all knew that because we would have known at this point. But
he went and got her pregnancy test. He said, "Come on,"
because he thought that she was trying to trap him with a baby. Boy, bye. Anyway, they go to meet with Monique's sisters, and I've got to say this: Monique's sisters are as important to their storyline, Monique and Derek's storyline, as Derek's sisters. I feel like this show, moving forward with this couple, you should never have an episode with Monique and Derek on, and both of their sisters, both sides of sisters, don't show up in the scene. They're just good TV. They're just really good TV. I will say this though, Monique's sisters also let me know that this whole relationship is fake. Because if you were sitting down having dinner with the guy that cheated, just most recently cheated on your sister, why are you kikiing with him? They were like laughing throughout the whole scene, couldn't keep a straight face, not mad at Derek at all. I'm like, that to me does not make sense. There's no way that sisters, especially younger sisters, are not going for that man's jugular as soon as they see him. Nobody said anything nasty to him. Everybody looked him right in the eye. Nobody looked him up and down. Nobody called him a bum. Nothing. They was like, "Hi, Derek, how you doing? Yeah, you see her. She's sitting here. She love you. Why you do her like that? You're not kikiing with the guy that broke your sister's heart. That just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. It's not realistic. And that just proved to me that these two are not actually together. They're just getting a coin from the show. And I approve it. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. So Derek in his confessional lets us know that he has also slept with 10 other women. And the reason why he has had sex with so many women is because all of these women are coming after him and so attracted to him because he has that fresh out glow, meaning that the women are attracted to him being freshly out of prison. I have never in my life heard that. I feel like that's something that he made up. I just cannot believe that there are women who are only attracted to men who are fresh out of prison. Like, what does that? It just doesn't make sense to me. It just does not make sense to me. I just cannot imagine a woman saying, if he don't smell like prison, I don't want him, right? If he didn't do a 20-year bid, I'm not interested. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. What does make sense, or what is starting to make a bit of sense, is not the rumor. Derek's sister said it on her Instagram. She's extremely messy on there. But she said that Derek is a pimp and he used to be her pimp. And she was saying that all of the women, I guess, that Derek had is actually women that he's tricking. That? You know what sister said that about Derek. She said that because she said that Monique was messing up her business. And she was like, she know how I make money. And she was saying that I had a sexually transmitted disease or something, and that just really messes up my money. And then she went into how Derek is actually her pimp. She also was on her live talk about how Derek beat up Monique. Girl, I don't know what to believe, because everything that she says is just so like outlandish. But for this whole situation, you just don't know, right? Because the whole cast is outlandish. So I don't know what to believe, but I will say it's starting to look like that may be true. Just with all of these women, like, what are you doing? Why you got 3 phones, right? He said he has 1 phone for his family, 1 phone for Monique, and then the other phone he has for all the women that he's with. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that you have all of these women because you smell like prison. I think something else is happening here. I think that Derek's sister is just saying a lot of stuff, but I think there's some truth into the things that she is saying. Before we get off of them, the final thing I want to say, and you let me know if you guys think this, because I was looking at Derek's hair, right? And either he has a piece Like he's either gluing that thing down every morning or he has faux locks. Because something is like the way the locks are knotted at the front and like tied back, like the hairstyle never changes and it never moves. He either is wearing a piece or faux locks because it's something about that hairline and it's something about the knot and the locks. Something is off. So it's either a piece or faux locks. What do you guys think? Let's get into it. Hey, Tia Bia said, I love hearing Mama Star laughing. It's infectious. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Miss GG88 said that Sean dropped crumbs on the floor and walked off. That's what pushed Sarah over the edge. But this is the thing, right? It will push anybody over the edge. But I feel like that's not the first time he's dropped crumbs on the floor. I feel like she had a problem with it now because she, is probably on the high of seeing her ex and is looking for outs. That's what I think. Because I'm like, he looks like he drops crumbs in bed. And you trying to still hop on top of him. So I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. Ryan Round said Deontay is dating another felon, well, pre-felon. Her embezzlement pre-trial hearing is pending. Deontay, you need to go back to fake dating felons and get on this show. Keep that check and that fame. Kathy Smith said Taylor's fake friend was enjoying hearing about her struggle relationship. Some women secretly love watching you fall. Here's why I think her friend enjoyed that. I think her friend is an actor because she couldn't even tell us how long she's been friends with Taylor. And then if you've been friends with Taylor this long, why are we just now seeing you? Why are we just now seeing you if you guys have been friends for 3 years? I think she was hired. Yeah, I agree, Miss T. Let his son film and make some money. Oh, I see the tomatoes. He was cute back in the day. Brad Weir. Dion said he doesn't look enough like Brad Pitt to let him ruin your credit. You're right. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Miss Gigi. OMG. Miss Gigi also said Lindsay was with the old man when we met her for the first time. Then Deontay, now Blaine. Yeah, I feel like she's just going to stay on the show with whoever, but Blaine might be a real relationship and Blaine might be the best bet because Blaine is in love with her. He absolutely is. Dear Diary said, LOL, when I watch the show, I fast forward through Lindsay and Blaine. It's boring. They're dry boots. It's no shade. It's just not interesting. It is not interesting. Dion said, Mama Star will ask the questions that people need to know. Breezy with the Fro said, Lindsay ain't walked all the way down that long road with no shoes on without breaking a sweat. All fake. Ryan said, am I the only one who thinks that Blaine's baying is an elaborate comb over? Probably. Hey, Marsha Endeavor, how are you? Miss GG88 said, I'm so sick of Lindsay stomping around this downtown area, always fighting with a man. Where are the people in this town? Absolutely. There's no people in the town. I feel like they film Lindsay and Blaine scenes on if you've ever been to Universal Studios, if you've ever taken a tour, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that tour that they take you through right before that river, that waterfall comes gushing down, or that river, it opens up like it's like you're about to be consumed in all of this water. Right before that happens, that's what it looks like. It looks like that ghost town on the Universal Studios lot, because I'm just like, is this really in Mississippi? Are y'all really filming in Mississippi? Because we never see people. What is going on? Dear Diary said, I'm glad I caught a live. Nikki, I'm so glad you are flourishing in your acting. I haven't even watched tonight's episode, but I know I'm about to have a good time. Oh, thank you, dear Diary. Tia talking about Blaine. They can go work and they can go to work in other places as long as your probation officer knows and has a curfew. Okay, so Mama Star was right. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Miss GG88 said, remember, Blaine's lawyer said there may be stipulations on who can live with him. Maybe Lindsay won't be able to stay because she's a felon too. Probably. And then there will be a problem with the home that they're still putting together that we never see them build. Like we never see any construction being done on this home. Even Blaine's friend with the tape measure, we just saw him do this the whole episode. We did not see him do any work. I don't know if that's real either. Like if they're really putting that together. Y'all are dragging me over Chance. Hey Marvita. Miss T said juicy British tomatoes. Oh my goodness. Y'all are wrong. I saw something. It's the kid thing. I think it's something that that all women do, but I think this kind of childlike acting is more known for like white women or just women who want to attract white men. It's very like, oh my goodness, I'm a toddler. It's very alarming. It's very alarming. It's like, oh, babe, I don't know how to do anything. I'm helpless. Like that, I think she's putting that on. I don't know if that's her fully. Sometimes I get concerned because I think that is her. Attention. And I don't necessarily think attention. I think stunted at some point. But then she's really wise in certain areas. So I don't know, but it's at times does give touched by an angel. So Queen Francine had jumped on this conspiracy theory with my mom. Hell yeah, he has a gambling problem. There needs to be something said about where all the money is going because it does not seem like they have a lot of bills. No shade, like where they live and what they're living in and what he's driving. I can't see that being a lot. You know what I mean? Again, I live in LA, so I could be talking crazy. I do agree with that, Ryan. Ryan said, Chance doesn't seem like the type to stick with something long enough for it to become profitable before sinking money into another project. Yes, he doesn't give me that he doesn't give me consistent, but he will consistently go after money. But I don't see him like staying in one job and building a career starting entry level. I feel like he gets antsy. I think he gets antsy. He just can't be entry level. He has to be the boss. He's that kind of guy where it's just like, if I gotta work my way up the ladder, I don't want it. I do not want it. He lives in Vegas. Like he's not close to him at all. Queen Preston said, we want to watch the show live with y'all now that we heard Mama Star. You know what? I saw Kempire do this, but I can't do it yet. So if you guys, I don't know if you're TikTokers. If you are TikTokers, if you could go over to TikTok, my TikTok is Nikki.Star. If you all can follow me over there, I'm like 400 and change away from getting 1,000. And when you get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, you can go live. I think I will absolutely do that because Kempire does that sometimes. He'll watch the show live on TikTok. He'll do a live and he'll just be watching one of the shows with his followers. So I'll absolutely do that because I can't do that on Instagram because Instagram will shut me down. YouTube will shut me down, but I can absolutely do it on TikTok. If you guys are TikTokers, follow me at Nikki.Star. Let me show you my tickety talk. My tickety talk. If I get to 1,000, I can absolutely do it. Here is my tickety talk. Oh, 513. I was at 504 this morning, so we're doing good. We are doing good, but that is my tickety talk. Follow your girl. When I get to 1,000, I can absolutely do a live. That would be fun. Sarah said, who would have guessed that the killer is reckless and doesn't consider her future? I honestly do think it's just nostalgia. You know what I mean? And I think that happens with any person who was in a relationship with someone who did not willingly leave the relationship, right? It wasn't like you came to a point where you were just like, you know what, I'm good. Like I've fallen out of love. It doesn't seem like it was like that for either one of them. It seemed like their addiction was just it had become so chaotic and destructive that they both ended up in unfortunate places. But had it not been for their addiction, they would still be together today. They probably found love in a hopeless place. You know what I mean? But I think it's that. And I think because they never got the closure of, oh, we're just not good for each other. Or, oh, there's nothing more for us to get out of being in a relationship with each other. We've come to the end of the road. I think because both of them have not had that, they're holding on to the nostalgia of their relationship and not looking at, the icks and, the red flags. And I think everybody does that, right? Like you graduate, from college or high school or whatever, and all of a sudden you miss certain things. But when you were probably in college, you hated every moment. You hated getting up early to take those classes and all of that. But then when you're out of it, you've graduated, you move on, you start looking back in nostalgia, and all of a sudden you enjoyed going to that 8 a.m. class, taking the 5 with your friends from the Bronx and listening, to the latest mixtapes or whatever, and just having a good time. But when you were in it, you absolutely hated the 5. It was funky, it was crowded, and it was cold, and everybody was rude. I lived the life, you know what I mean? But when you look back, I'm just like, oh, I had a good time on the 5. We had a really good time. We would get off. We would, go up the street and get some Zeppelins, I think that's what it is with them. They're being the both of them, Sarah and her ex, are both being very nostalgic, but I don't think they're a good fit. I just don't think. But you never know. I think she wants to figure it out. I think she wants to see if it really wouldn't work, especially because she has a child with him. A lot of women do that as well. A lot of women, even though they probably don't like the guy that they had a kid with, they still try to make it work because in their mind, for some reason, it's embedded in our mind that, just because we have a child with this guy, we got to make a family with him. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Make a family with a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. Miss Jinka 891 said, till this day, I cry whenever Nikki calls that woman the Undertaker. I definitely think that baby daddy is acting for storyline and a paycheck. Oh, you think? I felt like he was talking in recovery talk. Anybody who has dealt with somebody who is or has somebody in your life who is an addict, you become an expert on recovery talk. They're very, they know how to talk to you. They know how to talk to you. Giggling and blushing. Couldn't wipe the smirk off her face. Excited, even in the car. Riding home giddy. Probably having flashbacks. Child. She probably stopped, walked into a Marshall's, and started looking at stuff to decorate her home with the ex. You know what we do. You know what we do. Start building a whole world. Start building a whole world. Tia B said, you can tell she was disappointed he didn't show up. Yeah. Absolutely. She put on a full face to go see him. She was definitely disappointed that it was the sister. Yep. Ryan said, I was thinking Sarah re-entering her ex's life sent him back to rehab. Yikes. Absolutely the wrong road. Absolutely the wrong road. I think I just miss Shane and that chaotic OnlyFans ex-wife. I miss all of it. Like, I felt like they were just chaotic good TV. They were just chaotic good TV. Let me get some more, some current ones. Miss T said, Sean just needs to give it to Sarah real quick and put her to bed, then go back to the game. But if he gives it to her now, she's going to be thinking about the ex. Right? I feel like she's checked out. She needs to have an argument with that ex so she can check back into her marriage. Where did she get Cindy from? Where did she get Cindy from? Hey, sister, thank you for being here. Dear Diary said, I fast forward their parts, as I said earlier, but you absolutely are right. The small parts I have seen, Sean seems like he is depressed, and that's probably why he acts that way. I just feel like he's trying to repair his image on the show. The Bombshell Blurred said, Sarah is feeling she married down in looks. And this man is making her feel bad about herself by not wanting to sleep with her. And she's mad because she's probably like, you don't want to sleep with me, but somebody younger and hotter does. When that man told her that he still loves her, she was, you are married. Child, people are messy. Oh my goodness. Sarah said, these people are creating children with people they don't even like for real. And that's sad. Yep. We see it all the time on this show. We see it all the time on this show. We're just like, are you really going to have this man's baby? Why? Insanity. Toya said, thank God the daughter is not there. The girl is choosing this man over her child. So sad. Yeah. But at least she has people in her life who will make the decisions for her, the good decisions for her. Ryan said, I bet Eris's mother put her foot down and told her that her grandbaby is not staying with that man. And thank God she did. I'm so glad that Eris has a community. I'm so glad. Okay, so the parents are probably not together then. The parents are probably not together. Breezy with the Fro said, Cameron reminds me of Stanley. Oh my God, he does. He does. He does. Oh my goodness. Marvina said, Cameron reminds me of someone famous. I can't think of who's a 70s or 80s star. Are you sure it's not Stanley from That's So Raven? Busola said, why did Eris rush to get married to Cameron? It's so odd. So he could move down with her to Florida. They would not let him leave unless he was married. He was the one that brought that up to her. He was like, it'll be a lot easier if we're married. I won't have to, we won't have to wait as long for me to be with you. That's why. KP, thank you for the info. Said that no-fly lists aren't airline specific. Once you're on it, it's for all. So yeah, they didn't put him on the no-fly. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Maybe that's it. Miss T said Cam got on the plane with the show. He had supervision. Maybe that's it. Tia said maybe he's only allowed domestically. I don't know what it is, but that is so weird. So weird. She absolutely does owe her father an apology. They are. They absolutely are. Derek and Monique have crossed over. They are mainstream. Miss Yika891 said Michael and Cameron have a lot in common, and their women need to stop asking them where they get their money from on camera, period. Yeah, I just think y'all making it really difficult for your men to continue to make untaxable money. Like, even I wouldn't do that. Like, I don't understand why, if you are choosing to be with someone who you know is still going to be felonious out of prison, why can't you just play the mob wife role and look away? Act like you don't know what's going on, but all the bills are being paid, but you don't know what's going on. Just look away. Look away. Because you asking him is just putting the both of y'all in a situation. Especially on camera. The feds are watching. Like, let's be real. Terrible. 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 So I wanted to tell you something. Girl, what? Girl, what? Marvina said Monique looks like she has lost some weight. She has. You can see it in her confessional. Yeah, they were laughing the whole time. I'm like, that's just not realistic. That's not realistic. You guys are laughing at this guy and kikiing with him after he broke your sister's heart from cheating on her and having unprotected sex with strangers. Y'all would be trying to fight that man. Doesn't make sense. I think so too. Miss T said the family is what is keeping Monique and Derek on the show. Absolutely. They have to keep that family dynamic. That's what makes them interesting. We can't just have scenes just with the both of them. I mean, they are fun. Like the car ride scene is fun, but we need the sisters. They make the show. Hey, Ken. Ken said, Nikki, my favorite part of the review is when you, Nikki, try to censor Mama Star. Oh my goodness. And she just comes in here and harasses me. Just waits for me to get on live. Mock Review said Monique and Derek were on the Angela Yee show. I told you guys, they have crossed over. They have crossed over. Love After Lockup is going to invest in them. They are the new Brittany and Marcelino. We are going to see them on seasons after seasons after seasons on Love After Lockup. I would not be surprised if Monique just breaks out and had this man's baby for a storyline. You should. This is a good season, D.
Now you're going to
Mom, have you watched Love and Hip Hop? You've seen worse. You've seen worse.
They don't try to tell my business.
I hope so. I think they are, Megan, because Megan says both set of sisters need to go to that party Derek is having. I want to see that mess. I think they are, and I think we're going to see it. Here's why. Derek's sister was on live saying that Monique's sisters jumped her. She said they beat her up. And the cameras were there. So I think that may be when the sisters, when it's sister against sister, when it's sisters against sisters. I think that may be when we see them. I think that may be. Yep. I think he's pimping. Missy said, Nikki, it wouldn't surprise me that some women have a fresh out of jail kink. Oh, I want better for us. Yep. And that's when, remember when she was saying that Monique is messing up her money? That's what she was talking about. Dion said, I've heard the prison pipe be piping. I heard. Okay, Dion, don't get caught up. That's what she said. Guys, you have to watch her lives. If you don't catch Elizabeth's lives on Instagram, that somebody will upload them to YouTube. Those lives be all over the place, but she be saying some stuff on there. She be saying some stuff up there. Listen, that's what she said.
What she said?
That Derek punched Monique in the face. And she said, he ain't tell you that, did he? He wasn't going to tell y'all that. I don't believe it. Just watch the lives. They're all over the place.
Because she would, if he punched her in the face, Monique wouldn't be on this show.
They're so chaotic. Those lives are so chaotic. It's all over the place. Megan said, when the trapped in a closet is this storyline? I'm telling you, the lives are just, you just be listening like, what? No, that doesn't make any sense. But then you think about Derek's family and you're like, you know what? Maybe. Breezy with the fro said, 10 women, sisters, pimp. Wow, I missed a lot. When I got up to make a smoothie. Sorry. Is that what it is? Because it looks like he either takes that hair off at night and puts it on his nightstand. Oh my God. Or he he feeds in them locks. Something is up. Something is okay. Thank you, Tia. Tia said most likely faux locks. Okay, it makes sense. That's what it is. It looks like a braid. So does he have box braids?
When he got out of prison, he didn't have, he had a couple. They added some.
He got box braids.
They added a
He got box braids. Oh, Lord. Blue Collar Scholar said, hello and good day to you, ladies and gentlemen, watching this video. What's up, Blue Collar Scholar? How you doing? Josie said, Derek is probably going bald after refusing to wash his hair while in prison. Who knows? Stella said, I was shook when I saw Cameron's mugshot. Gel aged the F out. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Mock Review said Queen Kelly is somewhere laughing at Sarah's simple mind. She tried to warn her. She didn't want to listen. She did not want to listen. Never. Never, Stella. Never. I'm going to say faithful to my king. Yes, right. Doesn't it look like that? It absolutely looks like that set. Mock Reviews also said it is possible the production team paid the city government to shut down that downtown area for filming. Wow. How much does it cost to shut that town down? Ryan said that trailer looked like a torch and rebuild from scratch. It sure did. It sure did. Thank you, sister. My sister said like and share. Thank you, guys. Mock Reviews also said I also fast forward through Lindsay and Blaine as well. Bland, as we call them. They are not interesting. I'll pass. They're not. They're not. She does. So I don't know if she's putting this on or if she is stuck in this childlike way. Taylor acts like she's afraid to raise her voice at Chance. He lowered her credit score. She can put some bass in her voice for that. Yeah.
She's pregnant, guys.
But Mom, before. Megan said, here's my question. Why on God's green earth would Taylor leave her job and rely on irresponsible Chance? The same reason why Justine, who was the only breadwinner in their family at the moment, quit her job when she found out she was 2 hours pregnant. Like, they want to have this fairy tale that this man will come in and sweep them off their feet and allow them to be these wealthy stay-at-home moms when it's just not realistic. It's just not realistic. I would have never, with all of them kids, leave my job. Listen, even while pregnant, I knew a woman that I used to work at the Gap with. She worked all the way up until she gave birth that weekend. That's not something that I want Taylor to do. But I'm saying she came back. She could barely walk. She had just had the baby. I was like, why are you at work if you can walk? She was just like, you think my boyfriend can take care of me, him, and the child? I was like, oh, but I assumed, you know what I mean? I just assumed, right? But she was just like, oh no, I got to come to work. And I hate that for Taylor, but I'm like, you got to get a job. You got to get a job. You cannot put everything in that man. You cannot think about Chance. You got to think about your kids. You have to get a job. You got to get a work from home job or something. You cannot rely on him. He's proven that he's not financially reliable. And you said you were in a better financial situation without him. Girl, you work from home. Work from home. I can see you doing working from home doing the call center for Home Goods or Ross. I can see that. You know what? Hobby Lobby. Oh, but wait a minute. Will they take? Did you marry Chance yet? Never mind. Don't, because they're not going to give you no insurance, girl. But I feel like you can do, the customer service for that. You know what I mean? Thank you for shopping at Home Goods. This is Taylor. Like, I could see you doing something like that. And I feel like that would at least help offset what Chance is, the debt that Chance is putting you guys in. But girl, you got to go back to work. Unfortunately, you're good and pregnant, but you got to go back to work. You can't rely on that man. You cannot rely on that man. Unfortunately. Majiji88 said, Nikki, you got me hooked on Campfire. He kept me company while you were cooking. I love him. He, like, literally any tea that's dropped, he got it. I don't know how he does it, but he has it. He has it. Missy said a watch along would be great. Okay. As soon as I get to a grand, we on it. Miss, you can say, yes, I follow you on TikTok. Live reactions would be amazing. It will also be a lot easier. Oh my gosh. Ryan Round said, Sarah made it seem like her baby daddy was the only one who wasn't there for their kid because of drugs. Ma'am, you did not go to prison. You did not just go to prison because of your association with drugs. Her and Lindsay do the same thing. Like, her and Lindsay act like they were not the felons on this show. Right? They act like we don't know why they're on the show. It's so crazy how they just act like they're these upstanding citizens and can look down and treat everybody any kind of way when it's just like, You were in prison for murder. Shane's a deadbeat, but he ain't killed nobody. He probably killed the hopes and dreams of his kids, ever thinking that he's going to be in his life. Let me stop. I'm sorry, Shane / Sean. I don't know why people calling you Shane. Missy said, saying, why?
My lips are sealed.
Girl, stop being messy. Missy says, staying in relationships because of nostalgia is a real thing, even in friendships. Yup. Friendships more. Friendships more. And then you get around them people and you're just like, we have nothing in common other than the fact that we went to the same school and grew up in the same neighborhood. But that nostalgia, when you get together, the only thing you talk about is the things you did together in the 3rd grade. Nothing else. Nothing else. Miss T says, Sarah better be careful. Don't want her to get around a junkie. Yeah, especially because she's sober as well. Yep. JMT said recovery talk be a lot. A whole lot of nothing sometimes. You know what I mean? My sis said recovery talk is dangerous. Stay away. They will try to convince you, get away. But she's also, she's also a recovering addict. So maybe she might be able to see the scam a bit better than we would. Lisa said, hi, Nikki and Star fam. Hope everyone is having a beautiful time. Marvina said she told Sean she had never had sex sober. So that's telling also. True. Dear Diary said Sarah absolutely knew she was going to meet the sister and not her child's father. You think? Oh, well, she probably got that. She probably put that stuff on for the FaceTime because she probably knew about that. Hey, Elon, thank you so much for the super chat. Elon said, my goodness, Nikki alive so late. I love it. I'm sorry. I'm on the West Coast. I'm trying to do my best. Megan said, Cameron looks like the puppet in the... Oh my God! He does! Hold on, Megan! He does! That's what we're all thinking that he looks like, guys. That's what it is. That is what... OMG. Megan, you are wrong. Oh my gosh, this is Cameron. Hold on. I'm trying to get a picture that I can upload. Oh my God. OMG. Let me see if I can load this picture. Ciao. He does. Oh, y'all are messy. Oh, I'm telling you, I was trying to put my finger on it. I was just like, he's a doppelganger. He is a doppelganger for someone. OMG. Thank you, Megan. I could not put the words to it. Yo! I can't stand y'all. I cannot stand. I will never be able to see him. Oh, Megan. Oh my gosh. I won't be able to see anything else. I will not be able to see anything else. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're messy. Ryan said, I wonder if we'll see Taylor's sister Bobby this season. I hope not, because she's newly in her recovery. So I just want her to be off the show and away from Chance. I hope not. Hey, JL. JL said, hi, Nikki. Hi, Mama Star. Hi, guys. These few days of NikkiStar Live Marathon have been so good to me. Oh, thank you, JL. I've missed you guys. Miss T said, no budget. The only one shopping at the swap meet. Talking about Taylor. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, no, talking about what they need to do. Absolutely. Marvina said, Nikki, I worked and my water broke when I got off. I get it. Unfortunately, I hate this for Taylor, but I'm like, you just cannot rely on him. You just can't. You cannot. He has proven to you that he cannot provide. He cannot provide. OMG. He looks just like I don't want to come back to this, but oh my God. The same hair and eyebrows. Like, this is insane. This is insane. Oh, y'all a mess. Y'all are a mess. Messy boots, Mike. Oh my God, my head hurts. I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, he looks like somebody. Wow. Wow. Dead ringer. Dead ringer. Oh, this is Cameron. I can't do the side by side, but just know. Just coming. Just know. OMG, girl. Oh, my head hurts. I can't. Oh. Like, how do they have the same eyebrows and hair? That's crazy. That is crazy to me. Wow. Thank you, Elon, for the super chat set. Nikki lives are the best lives. Thanks for the laughs. You're welcome. No, thank you guys for the laugh. Oh my goodness. Oh, my cheeks. So Steph said, I went into labor the weekend I was training my replacement. Wow. I started having contractions at a Target in Cheltenham in the freezer section. It's always a Target. Jesus. Sorry. I got it. I forgot. That's my Black History Month ringtone.
Who's calling you?
Boo Boo. You want to call her back?
My phone is dying.
Well, put it on the charger.
Yeah, she probably needs it. Oh God.
Oh. Y'all wrong. Like, the same eyebrows, guys. The same eyebrows. Eris's dad is no longer in America. He was deported. He was in the country, without permission. I don't like saying that human beings are illegal, but without permission.
Eris's dad or Eris's
Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Eris's daughter's dad. Eris's dad, we've never seen him.
Yes, we did. He came on tonight. A picture.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I probably. Praise the Lord. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Her phone died.
I'm fixing it now.
She said she's fixing it now. All right, I'll call you back soon. Love you. Bye. Mom. Girl. I'm talking to my friends. Oh, I gotta find a picture of Eris's dad too. I'm gonna be doing a lot of work on Eris and Cameron tonight. Getting some pictures together. It's scared the mess out of me. I forgot that I had it that loud. I gotta change it. I have got to change it. I need an Easter ringtone now. Mom, Toya said that's not nice, Mama Star. She's on there. She's on here and she's watching you. Oh, they showed the pic. Let me try to find it real quick. Eris's dad. I'll say he hot.
He's a nice looking guy.
I can't find it. I know I'll probably be able to find it on Twitter. I'll look up Mr. Poppy. I'll look up Poppy. Anyway, guys, let me get out of here. Thank you all so much for joining me. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you like this video. Also, concerning life after lockup, again, I have to girl, take that conversation in Mom. Ghetto. Concerning life after lockup, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find an East Coast feed every Friday. I just got lucky tonight. But I will be, so just check my page around the time that Life After Lockup is airing. And I'll probably have something up or not. I'm just like not sure, and I don't want to put something up and then I have to cancel it because, you know, we'll all be disappointed. So just check it out. I'll let you guys know. I'll put something up when I know that I'll be able to watch the East Coast feed. But guys, I had a really great time. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Get some rest, East Coast. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Drag Race and Ready to Love. Love you guys. Night. Mwah. Ooh, why, Megan, you wrong.